The link arrived at 2:17 in the morning, glowing on Ayan's phone like a quiet interruption to a life already unraveling. He had been lying awake for hours, staring at the ceiling fan as it traced slow circles above him, each rotation sounding like a tired sigh. Sleep had become something distant, almost theoretical, ever since his father passed away 3 months ago. The message had no name attached to it. Just the link. No text, no explanation. At first he ignored it. Spam, he thought. Or one of those strange forwarded messages that people sent without thinking. But something about it lingered. Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it was the way the notification appeared without a number, as if it had come from nowhere. He opened it. The video started with static. A low hum filled the silence of his room, blending with the distant barking of stray dogs outside. Then slowly the image cleared. It was his old house, not the one he lived in now, but the house from his childhood. The faded green gate, the mango tree leaning slightly to the right, the cracked wall his father had promised to fix, but never did. The camera moved slowly, as if someone was walking toward the door. Ayan sat up, his heart tightening. "This isn't possible," he whispered. The house had been sold years ago. The video continued. The door creaked open. The sound was so familiar it made his chest ache. Inside, the living room looked exactly as it had been when he was 10. The same worn-out sofa, the same crooked clock on the wall, even the small stain on the carpet that his mother used to scold him about. Then a voice came. "Ayan." His breath stopped. It was his father's voice, not a recording he remembered, not something he had saved. It was clear, present, alive. "Ayan, if you're watching this, it means you finally opened it." His hands began to tremble. "What is this?" he murmured. The camera moved again, deeper into the house, as his father's voice continued. "I know you're confused, maybe even scared, but I need you to listen, really listen." Ayan felt something tighten in his throat. He hadn't heard that voice since the hospital, since the machines, since the silence that followed. "I wasn't always honest with you," the voice said. "And I think that's what hurt us the most." The video paused for a second, as if buffering, and Ayan found himself leaning closer to the screen, desperate not to miss a word. "You remember the day you told me you wanted to leave? To study in another city? You were so excited. And I got angry." Ayan closed his eyes. He remembered it too well. The shouting, the slammed doors, the words that couldn't be taken back. "You thought I didn't believe in you, that I wanted to hold you back. But the truth is, I was afraid." The camera stopped in front of a closed door. Ayan's old room. I had already lost so much in my life, and the thought of losing you too, it broke something inside me. Ayan felt tears sliding down his face before he even realized he was crying. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to be vulnerable. So I chose anger, and that was my mistake. The door slowly opened. Inside, the room was untouched. His old books, his posters, the small desk where he used to sit and dream about a future far away from this place. "I found something after you left," his father's voice said. "Something you never showed me." The camera moved toward the desk. There on the surface was a notebook, Ayan's notebook. "I read your writings," the voice continued softly. "Your dreams, your fears, your plans. I realized then you weren't running away. You were trying to become something more." Ayan covered his mouth, a quiet sob escaping him. "I wish I had told you how proud I was. I wish I had called you that night. But I didn't, and time doesn't wait for regrets." The video shifted slightly, the lighting growing dimmer, as if evening was falling inside the frame. "I don't know if you'll ever forgive me. Maybe you shouldn't, but I need you to understand something." There was a pause. "You don't have to carry my mistakes with you." Ayan shook his head slowly, whispering, "I already am. All this guilt you're holding on to, it's not yours to keep." The words felt like they were reaching through the screen, pressing against his chest. "You think you should have come back sooner, that you should have tried harder. But son, you were just living your life. And that's exactly what I wanted for you, even if I didn't know how to say it." The camera turned, moving toward the window. Outside, the mango tree swayed gently, leaves catching the fading light. I recorded this a long time ago, his father said. When I realized I might not get the chance to say these things in person, Ayan's heart pounded. But how? Who sent this? I asked someone to send it to you when the time felt right. Not immediately, not when the pain was too fresh, but when you were ready to hear it. Ayan looked around his empty room as if expecting someone to be there. I know you've been struggling, the voice continued. I know you've been blaming yourself. But I need you to let that go. The screen flickered again, and for a moment, Ayan thought the video had ended, but then it stabilized. You're stronger than you think, and kinder than I ever was. Don't let grief turn you into someone you're not. Ayan wiped his face, his breathing uneven. I used to watch you sleep when you were a child, his father said, his voice softer now. I used to wonder what kind of man you would become. And now I know, Ayan whispered. What kind? A man who feels deeply. Who cares? Who doesn't give up even when it hurts? The camera slowly moved back toward the front door. I'm proud of you, Ayan. I always was. The words hit him harder than anything else. Not anger, not regret. Pride. Ayan broke down, his body shaking as years of suppressed emotion poured out of him. I love you, the voice said gently. More than I ever knew how to show. The door opened, letting in a flood of light. And it's time for you to live your life without looking back. The video ended. The screen went black. Ayan sat there in silence, his phone still in his hands. The echo of his father's voice lingering in the air like something sacred. For a long time he didn't move. Then slowly he stood up. The room felt different now. Not lighter exactly, but clearer. As if something heavy had shifted, making space for something new. He walked to the window and looked outside. The world was still the same quiet street, the same dim streetlights. But inside him something had changed. The guilt that had been gnawing at him for months felt smaller, not gone, but no longer overwhelming. He took a deep breath. For the first time since the funeral, it didn't feel like a burden. It felt like a beginning. He picked up his phone again, staring at the link. There was no sender, no trace, just the message. A final gift from a man who had struggled to express his love, but had found a way in the end. Ayan closed his eyes, letting the memory of his father's voice settle into his heart. Then he whispered, I forgive you. The words felt fragile but real, and as the first light of dawn crept into the room, he realized something else. He forgave himself too. Outside, the world slowly came to life, and for the first time in a long time, Ayan felt ready to be a part of it.